Hi, it's Hans at happierman.com. Today's topic is masculine activities. Well, it's pretty hard to be masculine in today's world, isn't it? There's not that many jobs that require it. For one thing, you're better off having being non-masculine actually to do all the work that's required in today's world, all the office work, computer work, all the thinking work. So it's like a disadvantage, right, for a masculine guy. If you got like a big hands, big fingers, you can't work your smartphones and your computers. You got to do other things to keep your masculinity up, right? So that's why I talk about masculine activities. That's why I have all the videos on weight training, because that's really one of the few activities you can do that would be considered masculine. Of course, women lift weights too, and of course it really helps them too to look extremely beautiful, sexy, and fit. But let's just talk about men, right? A lot of men don't lift weights, and they look it, right? They look weak. They don't look powerful. They look like, what do they call that nowadays? Soy boys. What a horrible thing to be called, right? They look weird, funny, kind of girly. I think you'll be better off lifting some weights and looking tougher and being tougher. The thing about lifting is, no matter how much you lift, unless you just go way overboard on the steroids, you're still going to be not that masculine no matter how much you lift, right? The effects of a modern lifestyle are going to override your lifting. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. That doesn't mean you should do the best you can with yourself to bring yourself up to a more masculine level. And why do you want to even worry about that? Well, masculinity is more than just getting more women. That helps, but it's also about how you feel about yourself, the ability to do things for yourself, to work hard, to play hard, to have fun, to be able to withstand the rigors of modern life. Even though modern life isn't really that rigorous like it used to be, it's still pretty darn tough sometimes, right? You still gotta get up early in the morning and beat your way through traffic across town in the dark, in the rain, in the snow, to get to work your 8 or 9 or 10 hour a day, and to deal with all the stupid stuff that goes on at work. People always trying to chip away at you in whatever form. Then they go home and try to have a decent, enjoyable evening and good weekend, even though everything is pointing at you to not do that, to minimize your enjoyment. I think you'll agree that the modern world, there's very little ways to enjoy yourself like there used to be. For example, drinking is demonized and expensive, and the cost to make a mistake when you drink is horrendous. So you can't just enjoy it like we used to do it. You have to be a lot more careful. What you say, what you do. Driving, of course, is terribly difficult to do when you're drinking, so don't do that, all right? But you have to budget for the cost to get home in some way. Yeah, it's a hard life for men and for women. It isn't the women's fault that the world is this way. Some men talk about this are blaming women. I think that is not correct. It isn't the women who are driving the world this way. It's something else. Of course, I don't want to get in their sights either, but you know who I mean. So you, as a man, you want to just keep raising your happiness, and being a little more masculine than you are now is a way to do that. The masculine activities of weight training, some jobs just lend themselves to more masculine. Tradesmen, contractors, that type of thing, where you actually have to sweat a little bit and there's physical exertion to do the work and do it well. Getting outside more often, getting in the sun, getting a little bit of sunshine on your body and on your head, so you're not pale, and trying to not, eat right, eat more meat, eat and more fat, healthier fats and less carbs. Well, it's hard to do that too, right? Carbs taste the best. The way they combine the carbs with the sugar is quite good. I struggle with this mightily. But do what you can, right? Other things you could do, are those hobbies, and actions like hunting and fishing and golfing and off-road track stuff, hiking in the wilderness, camping outdoors. All of that contributes to your masculineness. But a lot of that stuff, it's really hard. No matter how much you do with that stuff, the bulk of your life is spent in a demasculizing arena of work and surviving. And you have to work at all these little piddly jobs, right? And that don't really need much for masculine men anymore. But do what you can. All for now.